feel bad. She said 9 years. He only cheated twice. Girl, take that man back. It's okay. Don't cheat. They gonna do that. They gonna do that.
That's why I said it's the wrong. This is actually the two wrong people to ask. Because I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to send these young girls down this path. But
it's 2 different paths they could take. I'm gonna tell them the 2 paths. I'm gonna go.
No, you go.
You go.
Well,
give her the advice.
I mean,
what you
because
think?
People shouldn't be accepting that. But you are right. Like literally, 2 times is nothing. But friend, we can't sound like this. We have to work on ourselves and accept better.
But if you give it the next dude, they gonna cheat too. And it's like, I should have just stayed one last.
No, I totally agree with you. They're all off, and there's like they all act like that. But but there's some people. That's why I never say it, because there's some people who genuinely feel like there's some men who don't cheat, and they'll argue down about that, and then they'll make it be like, oh, y'all with the cheating. Yeah. So that's why I don't say nothing. But no, babe, they're all cheating. So I say go back to like.
Nah, if it was like some real, like if he crossed the line with who he cheated with, that's different. But if you can get over.
Did he fuck your mom?
Or a friend or somebody do your hair, like,
no, friend, we can't sound like this. Go back, don't go back, have self-respect.
Oh yeah, you're right. Go find another man. All men aren't cheaters.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Conscious Bae channel. I'm your host, the Conscious Bae, and today we are talking about this clip with Summer Walker and Sexy Red. First, I want to say, I mean, the interview was okay. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. If you enjoy them as celebrities, that's fine, do what you want. But this interview had no educational, mental, emotional nourishment to offer. Personally, I watched it solely to make this content. And this also ties into a larger issue I want to discuss on a future video: the state of Black media, particularly platforms like the Shade Room and Spiritual World, because I did see this clip on the Shade Room, and reading the comments and just going through the whole thing, I was kind of triggered, and I just wanted to respond because I'm tired of these types of women having platforms. And with that said, let's jump into the video. Now, it's unfortunate that women like Summer Walker and Sexy Red are given such major platforms. If you like their music, that's your choice, but I don't advocate for either of them. Summer is known for her sad girl music, which, if you understand frequency, the power of the tongue, you aren't doing your subconscious any favors. Listening to that kind of music, it plants seeds tied to heartbreak, toxic relationships. Essentially, you become what you consume. And then Sexy Red, on the other hand, very self-explanatory, and I don't have to say anything about that. Listening to both of them give dating advice, though, was very weird, because these aren't women speaking from positions of intellect, true personal power, emotional stability, spiritual discernment. But we can call it like it is. Tattoos on the face, hot Cheeto hair, fake boobs, fake butt. It screams deeper issues, and these are the women that we're giving microphones to talk and give advice to women, young women. I have a problem with that. Seeing these women on a platform like Apple Music, we all know is a very prominent platform. And instead of speaking truth to power or offering anything of value, they're giving questionable dating advice. In one moment, it's funny, both of them were bragging about Summer Walker being strict about the dudes that she, I guess is with, and saying that she only gives them so many chances before she leaves, etc., etc. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but where's the same energy for the self-respect? You're strict with your man, but not with your body. Because Summer has how many baby fathers? And I get it, life happens, but it's clear she hasn't addressed the underlying issues leading to her choices. Because I guess dating in Hollywood and expecting loyalty because you're Summer Walker, very naive, and if you don't deal with your baggage before getting on a mic and wanting to give other people advice, you're projecting. And then there's Sexy Red, which, promoting her STD lip gloss and wearing a dog collar in public, wanting to give advice. And that shit is laughable, because again, the dudes that y'all are dealing with are not the same dudes that the next woman could be dealing with. Y'all clearly don't respect yourself. So yeah, you get what you get, but don't be projecting on the mic because your experiences have been piss poor. And to be honest, this speaks to an even greater issue, which is platforms uplifting and promoting uneducated, unintelligent, overly sexualized Black women. But you know what? I get it. This is who they want for our representation. When people think about Black women, they want people to see Sexy Red. They want people to see Megan Thee Stallion. They want people to see Summer Walker. They want people to see Alotto. They want people to see ass, titty, 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 bird brain. So with that, I wanted to respond to the lady asking Sexy and Summer the advice about her dating situation.
So basically, I've been with my boyfriend for like 9 years, and he's cheated on me like too many times, literally twice, in the apartment that we share and with my quote unquote best friend. And I guess I feel like I need to stay with him because I literally see this man as like my future husband, like the father of my kids. Okay, I already got the names in place. But it's like I'm also afraid of like being single.
Ladies, if you are in a long-term relationship and you want to get married, you have got to give yourself a timeline. You know, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you have to make it clear within yourself what you want, and then you have to communicate that to your partner. And if he can't meet those standards, if that's too much, then you gotta bounce. Because at the end of the day, after a certain point, you have to walk away so that you have time to go out there and find someone who is not going to waste your time. Y'all clocking that? Because personally, I believe that women, we don't have the same timeline as men. They can play around and do whatever they want until they is years old. But us as women, you know, we want families, we want marriage, we want all of the things. We don't have time for the games. So here's the timeline. And I would say 3 years max. The first year, you're vetting him as a friend. This means no intimacy. And see if he's okay with that. Because if he is, cool. If he's not, bounce. See how he treats your family, his friends, co-workers. Can he hold down a job? Can he save money? Is he working on himself mentally? Is he just going home and playing video games? You know, he don't have no hobbies. He don't have nothing that he's pouring himself into. Passions, nothing. Does he have a relationship with a higher power? Holding him accountable, his feet to the ground, humbling him? Physically, is he in the gym? Is he putting the right things in his body? Does he care about himself? Is he drinking himself to sleep? Is he smoking down every week? We gotta look at these types of things because it affects their mental, their spiritual, their emotional. Year 2, now y'all are dating. You know, and I'll say this stage is about 1.5, you know, max years. But how is he handling your heart? Is he handling business? You know, is he being attentive, caring, loving you appropriately, consistently, communicating? Is he showing up for you in the ways that a man needs to show up for you? Is he pouring into you? And I'm not, you know, this is a mutual transaction. So I'm not just speaking like you're just taking everything and not giving anything back. But at the end of the day, you do need to know if what you're giving is being reciprocated. So is everything being reciprocated? Okay, cool. And then there's year 3 where you should be expecting some form of a long-term commitment, i.e. a proposal, etc., etc. And that's the timeline, baby. It's not complicated. But what we can't do is make excuses for the bullshit. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how much money he make. And it's funny because this woman is talking about 9-10 years getting cheated on, you know, ignoring all those red flags and then still questioning if he's the one. You can't be that dumb. You can't be that naive. He is not the one. But you know what? Going on a show and asking a Sexy Red and a Summer Walker, it makes sense. Bird brain to bird brain. And if you're still taking back a cheater after 9-10 years, questioning if you should or not, y'all got that. And I want to make something clear because Summer and Sexy Red suggested for her to take him back, you know, after he's cheated. But the thing about it is, ain't no long-term commitment nowhere in sight. So what you gonna take him back and what? Wait another 3-4 years Baby, you at year 12, 13. That ring ain't never coming. So what the fuck are you waiting on? What you taking them back for? There's a difference between, you know, being in a long-term committed relationship for 25, 30 years, you know, and a person makes a mistake. And then you have to decide then and there how you're going to proceed. Most of us don't even get to that point where we're really able to have that kind of conversation. You know, hopefully you never have to have that conversation. But y'all are talking about men who clearly don't give a fuck about y'all to the extent that they're not willing to even give you their last name. But, you know, I want to talk about respect for a minute, because a lot of us women are demanding, you know, these types of things from men, commitments and loyalty and all of these things. But baby, you don't even respect yourself. You look in the mirror and you're 300 pounds. You got tattoos up and down your legs, your face, your arms. You know, you got more tattoos than your nigga. Like, huh? Fake implants, fake boobs, fake butt. Carrying yourself in ways that scream insecurity. And that's a red flag to most men. Sure, some men like it. You know, they'll fuck you all day. You know, they'll hold you down and keep you around for 8, 9, 10 years. You know, especially if you paying for them. You know, you're doing things for them, giving them free this, free that. Yeah, they'll stick around, but they won't respect it, baby. Because it's clear that you don't respect yourself. You have to respect yourself in order to demand some sort of loyalty, respect, etc., etc. Because when you get to that point where you worked on yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, you already know that you're not dealing with the dude that's going to string you along for 9 years, cheat on you, and then be questioning whether or not you should stay with him. I can see the woman through the phone, what we dealing with. Let alone getting advice from these women, Sexy Red and Summer Walker, looking at them and how they present themselves. It makes sense. The reason why you're even questioning if you should stay is because you don't respect yourself. And it's unfortunate because a lot of women do believe that their money and their fame and their status will attract and keep a man. And that's very unfortunate too, because men don't care about that. And so I guess my final thoughts, you know, to my audience, especially my young Black women, don't let low vibration pussy Power Rangers plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You know, all men cheat, all men cheat, all men cheat. No, men cheat on you. There's a difference. There's a difference between a man who knows he can disrespect this woman, and then there's a man who knows that if he loses this woman, his life is over. Like his life is in shambles, and he's going to do everything in his power to do the right thing. There's a difference. There's a woman he cares about, and then there's a woman he doesn't care about. And typically the woman he doesn't care about herself. Hello, is the mathing? Because I mean, the bird brains, they definitely don't get it, but I'm speaking to us who have some, you know, some wherewithal. You know, you got to respect yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and the right man will find you. Stop listening to people who aren't in the position to give advice, you know, because a lot of them are examples of what not to do, period. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning into the Conscious Bae channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Until the next video, peace and love.